Number 32 overall, the last pick of the first round, the Kansas City Chiefs drafted running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And I think this is a great pick. It's kind of scary, actually, because the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, and yet every move they've made this offseason made them better. I think going into the 2020 season, the Kansas City Chiefs are actually a much better team than they were when they just won the Super Bowl last year, which is ridiculous and crazy. And that move, all those moves includes this pick. The Chargers don't need a crazy good running back to succeed next year, and yet they now have a crazy talented running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, the part of the move that's not talked about here is that Clyde Edwards-Helaire was a first-round pick, meaning that rather than giving him a 4-year contract, a player drafted in the first round of the NFL draft is allowed to have a 5-year contract. So what that means is that, because, the maximum contract you can give a second round through 7th round player is 4 years. The maximum contract you can give a person in the first round is a 5-year contract. So the Chiefs got a great running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they're going to have him at a lower price for the next 5 years. They can pay him less money for the next 5 years on his rookie contract, which is going to help them manage their salary cap as they got to pay other players and keep players around and keep their really good roster going. But it's just crazy to me. I watched a ton of film of Clyde Edwards-Helaire because I was watching film with Joe Burrow, and he's got great vision. He understands when to make a cut and when to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He hits holes really hard. But here's what's really, really terrifying. I've said the word scary a lot about the Chiefs as I've talked about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But here's what's really interesting is that he's a great receiver, which means now Patrick Mahomes has another receiving weapon on offense that they don't need at all. It's like, oh, crap. Are you kidding me? I feel so bad for defenses that have to play against Patrick Mahomes next year. They got a great running back. They got great receivers. They upgraded everywhere. It's just like, oh, my gosh, poor defenses that have to play against. They were already going to struggle. And now the Chiefs got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's like, oh, my gosh, it's bad. It's real bad. It's a huge pick for the Chiefs. This deserves to be talked about more. I think it's a pick that no one's really talking about. It's one of the best values in the entire NFL draft was getting this guy who can really be a great receiving running back, and not only that, can run really hard. And, the Chiefs have so many offensive weapons already that adding Clyde Edwards-Helaire is just unnecessary and really, really scary for NFL defenses. In case you don't know, Strong Opinion Sports is not just a YouTube channel. It is also a full audio podcast. You can find it on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play, pretty much everywhere you find podcasts. And if you like podcasts, please do me a huge favor and give it a listen.